Hey everyone, and welcome back to another speed build video. And if you are new to my channel, thank you so much for clicking on the video today. We are so happy to have you here for this little cottagecore style home on the Cottage AM SEE lot in Windenburg. It is a 20 by 20 lot, and I really love how this came together. It is so my style. A lot of you probably don't know, but I did grow up on a farm, so I just personally love this aesthetic and the culture of cottagecore. But as you all know as well, cottagecore is just an aesthetic. It is mainly defined as a niche visual culture of an idealized life on a Western farm. But I don't know if you guys have ever lived on a farm. It is not glamorous half the time. You are really just mucking around and just trying to survive. You're really so busy. So the cottagecore is just kind of an idealized version of what farm life would be, like what Instagram is for people, just pictures and just the nice side of things is what people post. That is what cottagecore is for farm life. But I'm sorry, I just keep ranting about it. It just bothers me. But let's get more into the build here. I just went with a tiny home. It is 63 tiles, so it did fit in the tiny home. I kept getting it into the small home range and I couldn't figure out where these extra tiles were coming from, and then I zoomed out a bit and they were floating in the air for some reason. I don't know how they got there, but apparently I put 2 tiles in the air, so when I deleted those, they finally went to a tiny home size, so you do get all the benefits of a tiny home in this little cottage. But I just made a little garden area just to the left of the house there. I thought that would just be really cute for the theme. And then of course you have to do a lot of vine work and a lot of flower placement in a cottagecore house. So I just went to town with that, and I really made this terrain really hilly and just really textured. So when you're looking at it, it just looks like a really worked in cottage that has been there for a really long time, and it's just super cute. I just personally love this home. But now I'm just doing some rough terrain paint and then going ahead with the tree landscaping and just creating a little bit more of a hilly area for the right side of the house. I just thought it was really cute how it kind of slanted down towards the entryway. And I used a lot of the surrounding trees that I saw when I zoomed out into the world, and I just found I have these birch trees in my CC as well, and I use them in almost every build. I personally just think they're really cute, they're really overgrown, and just look realistic, but also good enough for gameplay. But now I'm just adding all the flowers to the front yard of the property and just kind of encasing this little garden area with a little flower basket on each side and a bunch of bushes to, again, make it really overgrown looking and go with the cottagecore theme. And I love these big lettuce bundles. I'm pretty sure they're a debug item. They're just super cute and they take up enough space that it just looks like a full garden. So I just added those just to the back corner there. And I do move those planters just to the left of the screen because I find an apple tree and a flower arranging table. So I add that to the left side of the garden space, and I add a little bee keeping station there. I just thought that was just really cute for this style of sim that's going to be living here. But here I am now just placing down that apple tree. I found a full grown one and this adorable little scarecrow. I just thought he would be perfect for this little garden space, and I don't know, he's just like the best part of this property in my opinion. But I added a little clothesline and a little wash station. I had to lower the train so it didn't look like it was just floating there. And what else do I add here? Oh, the little soil bags. I just think those are really cute for a garden space. You'd have just a couple little extras hanging around. I add a little sprinkler, and that little water bucket that I added there is actually a replacement for the Eco Lifestyle huge drain bucket that you can put outside, those big blue ones. The water collectors, sorry, those. That's to replace that. So I just thought that was super cute, and it takes up such less space. That will also be linked in. I have a cottagecore file going into my description, so feel free to download that if you want a few Cottagecore items for your game, or if you're going to build a Cottagecore home. There's already a lot of pre-made stuff in there, so you don't have to go searching and waste a lot of time. But now I'm just working on the back space of the property here. Added a little picnic table, a few little planters here and there, a garbage can, barbecue, and of course a little fire pit area. I also thought these mushrooms would be a cute touch to the backyard here, and I placed down a couple more little plants in the backyard space and this cute little rose bush that I found. I found one in white and red, so I just added one to the back, one to the front, and then I just went crazy with all the flower placement and just making the yard look really full here. I do add rocks going up the right side of the house there, so it kind of gives it like a hillish look. And just add a few little clutter pieces. I find a huge planter box that had all those purple flowers in it, so I just placed that there. A few empty potting boxes and just kind of essential clutter that I thought a reclusive type gardener sim would enjoy on their property. But before we finally move on to the interior of this little cottage, I just added a little number 13 to the door just to give it a little bit more vibrance there. Those cute little white flowers just in the vine work to give it a little bit more texture. I add a flower, that big flower thing right above the mailbox, and then just go ahead with this stone pathway. If you watched my last video, you would have seen that I downloaded some mossy terrain and that rock pathway, so I did use that in this one. It just kind of went with the cottagecore vibe in my opinion and just really made the space. But I just quickly wanted to ask you guys what you think of the new update before we move on to the interior, because my game's a little bit different. I don't have the gallery working in my game, so unfortunately I don't post to the gallery, and my games get updated manually by me, so I didn't do the bunk bed update because I have bunk bed CC already and it was just useless to me. I didn't need it. But what do you guys think? I heard there's a lot of glitches with it and it's just not working. And I've watched a few videos too, and I don't know if I really want to update and break my game now. Let me know in the comments though what you guys think of that update, because it seemed very useless to me. But as you can see, we've moved on to the front entryway of the little cottage here. I did a mini platform with a fish tank on top and just kind of bumped it into the wall to utilize the front space and be able to fit my umbrella stand and all my other clutter. And then to the left of the door, I created this open shelving unit with the dog leashes on top, and then I found this cute little apple shelf that I thought would be perfect for this space because I'm putting the kitchen right to the side there where the bathroom door is. So I just thought it would be cute. It really flowed with the rest of the room, and then the dining table just goes right in front of that little shelf. So it all flows together really nice in my opinion. But now we're just in the kitchen space. I went really simple in here with just the back wall full of shelving and a 6-range stove, a little fridge, and then I do replace one of those little cabinets for the country kitchen kit's sink. And I just thought it was really cute to go with the cottage vibe of the house. And then I just move ahead to these upper cabinets here. I cut out a lot of it because it took me forever to figure out what style and where exactly I wanted them to not look overwhelming in this kitchen space. So I ended up going with that open shelf, the little dish rack one, and just that 3-tier shelf there with the tea rack just to the left of the kitchen space. And I just thought it flowed really well in the end. I added a tea machine, a few cookbooks, and just a bunch of clutter that would just flow in with the cottagecore aesthetic. But I just went ahead with adding a bunch of bread products because as I was doing a bit of research on cottagecore, there's a huge emphasis on bread. Some of you may have known that, but yeah, I kind of made this house more for a vegetarian sim, so I did add a lot of fruits and vegetables on the countertop for some clutter and some bread boxes and just additional bread pieces just to kind of go with that vibe. But yeah, there's that little table I was talking about. I just thought it was super cute with those little cute chairs. And this is actually a recolor of Nifty Knitting. I will leave the link down below in the description. It is fantastic for just colorful, vibrant rooms, and you know Nifty Knitting, it's just so random and the swatches don't really match properly, so this one matches perfectly and it has all its adjoining sets, so I just thought it was super cute for this room. I do change out the color to it as well, make it flow a little bit nicer in the end, but I do add that little rocking chair and that vintage TV. I know Cottagecore doesn't really have a lot of electronics, so I didn't add a computer, I just added that little TV and yeah, I think a vintage radio as well. But moving on into the bathroom here, I just went with a really rustic wooden vibe. I just did that handmade shower, and I do add some fake curtains to just make it an illusion that it's encased for the shower. But I did play test and my sim showered no problem. There was no glitches there, so everything is usable in this washroom. And I just love how cute and small it was. And I really utilized the space, I think. There's not much bareness in here. I added that toilet paper holder, that little shelf above the plant area, and I do move that little towel rack, I think, to the other side and put a mini flower towel rack there instead. And for the shower, I just put a shelf and little basket. I really wish I had put a bench in there. I thought afterwards that would have been such a cute addition. But for the last room of the home here, it is the main bedroom. I had the opportunity to put a double bed without it being next to a wall, which I was so happy about. And then I just added a little mirror, a sitting area, this cute dresser here, and I also put a bookshelf just to the left side of the bed there because the living room was just a little too small to fit one in there, so I thought this would be a perfect spot for it to be with the little sitting area and all the assortment of plants and clutter that I add to the space as well. I don't know, I just thought it came together beautifully and I was really happy with the shape of this room and how I was able to fit everything. But that's all I have to say about this video, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today for this cute little cottagecore style tiny home. I really appreciate you guys viewing the video. Please leave a like, comment, or subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed it. It really helps me out and lets me know that you guys enjoy what I'm building here. So yeah, I really hope to see you in my next video, and bye for now.